morning and welcome. I hope you all have had the chance to join one of our sync up sessions already. This is something new that the HR team is doing for the remainder of the year. These are going to be short, quick, informative sessions on various topics regarding employee relations, recruiting, payroll and benefits, and safety and wellness. We are really looking forward to these sync up sessions to connect with all of you and for you to be able to get to know a little bit more about your friendly HR team. So we'll start with myself. I am Brandy, for those of you who don't know me. And I just want a disclaimer, there will be a couple chances for some random trivia questions throughout this presentation for you guys to earn some Work Tango points. So be ready. First one to shout out the answer has to shout it out. We'll get the points. Christy is gonna handle those for us. All right, Christy, you're on that.
I'm on it. I am
perfect.
on it.
Thank you, appreciate it. But I have been with Selden for about 9 years. I actually started out on site. My first question for Work Tango points. Who knows what site I started at?
I do, Tuscany.
Yes, Kim actually took my place when I left and has still been at Tuscany. That is correct. Tuscany, it holds a special dear spot in my heart. When I started there 9 years ago, we had about 170 units to rent and lease. So it was really crazy. And actually, fun fact, Christy, who is on here as well, was also a part of that team, and she was my regional manager there. So she can probably relate to all those fun times we had at Tuscany, leasing all of those units.
So much fun.
Yes. So Kim, you're the winner of Work Tango points. Good job.
Good job, Kim.
But I have been in HR for about the last 4 years, and my main focus is really on new employee onboarding. So when you have new employees start going through collecting their documentation, their ID documents, submitting it through E-Verify, verifying their employment status. And there's a lot of things that go with new hire for forms and documentation that we need to collect during onboarding. And then also a big primary focus of mine is our workers' compensation for employees. And also if you guys ever need any assistance for Work Tango, I'm your girl, just let me know. A little bit about me, I love spending time with my kiddos. I like to say I have 2.5 kids. I have a daughter and a son that you see here, and I have a little dog named Ted. He's my 0.5. He's my little Shih Tzu. And I really enjoy traveling. I obviously don't get to travel much anymore since I just had a little baby, but some fun travels that I did. We went to a girls' cruise for my grandma's 80th birthday. We stopped at Turks and Caicos, and it was super fun. And then Estes, I love going to Estes. We try to go every couple of years. It's just a quick little vacation, and it's one of my favorite spots. I'm a lover of iced coffee. I have a great question on a debate. You know, who is better if you're local to Nebraska, Scooters or Starbucks? I want to know. Anybody?
Starbucks for sure.
Scooters for sure.
Scooters for sure, hands down.
Starbucks.
Scooters has extra large and they're cheaper and better flavors.
I have to agree. I tend to swing to the scooter side as well. They just put one where I live at. Sadly, I'm a regular there because I can't quite master iced coffee on my own yet, or maybe I just don't like doing it. I don't know, but yes, I was interested to know. It's always pretty split there. It's either hardcore to Scooters or hardcore to Starbucks, but I kind of lean to the scooter side as well. And I really also love Nebraska football. John, I don't want to hear any comments from you, but we have our first game on the 31st against UTEP. I am excited. This is going to be our year, and go Huskers.
Wait. You said Boomer Sooner wrong.
No. Just a little bit about me. And also, as I failed to mention that a lot of our HR sync up sessions, they are going to be taught through various team members. So hopefully you will get a chance to to meet everybody and get to know them a little bit more as well. So for today's sync up session, it's all about safety. Safety is extremely important at Selden. We always want to protect the well-being of our employees, our residents, and our customers. Our goal is to provide a positive employee-focused environment with open communication, employee involvement, and participation in our safety initiatives. We strive to not only improve your health and well-being at work, but in your home as well. So, second chance to earn work tango points. I have a fun statistic. So new employees with less than 1 year of service account for what percentage of OSHA's recordable injuries? What percentage? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna
25.
say 50%.
You said 50?
Yes.
Okay, do we have any other answers?
25%.
25? Okay,
10.
10. Those are all good answers, but I think Terrence got the closest. It's actually 40%. So new employees with less than 1 year of service account for 40% of OSHA's recordable injuries, which is actually 5 times higher than experienced workers. So let's talk safety today to beat those statistics. Today we're going to talk about our general health and safety plan, employee compliance. I'm going to give you guys some standard safety rules, and then we're going to finish with employee incident reporting procedures. So the general health and safety plan, the purpose of this plan is to outline our company's commitment to safety and loss control. It is our goal to provide all of our employees the safest working conditions possible and continue to maintain that workplace free from any hazards. We want to provide information, training, and guidance to enable our employees to perform their job duties safely. We're always going to work as a team, combining employees from every level in our organization to create a culture of safety awareness and knowledge. You guys can find a copy of the General Health and Safety Plan in your community safety binder. Now, Selden does require all of the sites to have a safety binder, and if you don't have one at your site, you can see here we have the SOP 1005 listed here. You can visit that SOP and it will give you a recommendation on where you can get a binder, but then also provide you all of the attachments that belong in that safety binder. Safety, as we all know, is everyone's responsibility, and employee compliance is extremely critical when producing a safe work environment. All of our employees are responsible for complying with the safety rules and regulations of Selden and any federal, state regulations, as well as following the basic principles that you see listed here. We always want to follow the safety rules. Safety rules and regulations are there to protect us, and they should be followed at all times. Of course, we never want to engage or perform in any unsafe acts. Employees should never complete any tasks that they believe to be unsafe. They should always communicate that to their supervisors, and of course, listen to their supervisors, as we always want to adhere to the safety rules and regulations. Employees' responsibility, again, we are all responsible for their own performance and for complying with the company's safety rules and regulations. This is very important, and this is going to kind of be a hot topic as we bring education and just make everybody aware. You know, we really want to continue to have safety at the forefront of our minds and always be thinking about it. I always like to say that safety rules are your best tools. Safety rules can be some of your best tools to help you avoid any accidents or injuries. The following list that I have put in this slideshow is going to highlight some of the most important and common standard safety rules that all employees should follow. Following safety rules is the most effective way to protect ourselves and our employees and others from harm or accidents, and it creates a safer environment for everyone. In the interest of time, we will not read through these, but please take the time when you get the presentation to go over these with your employees during a team meeting and just review and make sure that any of your team members have any questions, but to familiarize yourself with that, because they are there again to protect us, you know, and if any employee or anybody sees any safety concerns or potential hazards, you know, that they're welcome them to report those right away to their supervisor. You know, because identifying and addressing any issues is going to be crucial to maintain a safe and healthy work environment for all. You know, so if you see a broken ladder, you know, or you find out that you need more PPE, personal protective equipment, or you see a slip, trip, and fall, maybe winter's coming, that there is a snow spot or an iced spot that's iced over, or maybe it's an upheaved concrete, cement. You know, if you see that, please report it so we can have it reviewed and hopefully get a corrective action in place right away. So unfortunately, incidents can occur at any time from any source. Incident reporting is important for documenting and communicating details about events that occur within our community. This allows for planning to effectively manage and hopefully prevent reoccurrences of similar incidences where possible. You guys can see here that I have listed 3 SOPs. These will be good references for you. SOP 220 is our workers' compensation standard. 1077 is our accident injury forms for employees. And then SOP 116 is our MedCore workplace injuries. I don't know if you guys all seen our communication come out, but MedCore is the number that we call now for any employee incident. This is kind of our employee incident reporting procedures, because of course it is our intention here at Selden to keep all of our employees safe and injury free. And unfortunately, if a work-related injury does occur, we do want to work diligently with the employee to return them back to work as quickly but as safely as possible. You know, to accomplish this, it really is communication between the HR team, the supervisor, and the employee properly and timely, so we can stay up with that. So I kind of just want to take a second to talk through this. So employee incident reporting procedures, you know, immediately all of the employees should report their injuries, illnesses, and incidences to their supervisors. It does say immediately being defined as within 1 hour. If it isn't a life-threatening injury, we would like the supervisor and the employee to call MedCore together as soon as possible after the incident. MedCore is then going to give instructions either to self-care, and they will provide those to you, or to go to a designated health clinic. If instructed to go to a clinic, they should be receiving documentation, work notes from there, also with any restrictions should they be provided. But all of that documentation we do want to send to HR right away, and you can send that to the hr@selden.com email. We definitely want to stay in communication. So if we ever have any instances that happen, if someone is out and injured, sometimes they will have restrictions, and we really try to work within that modified duty to keep them going and to keep them working and to keep them active and get them healed and back to full duty is always our goal. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to John or myself anytime, or the hr@selden.com. There is also going to be the badges that people have. If you guys need those inserts from the old number, Waypoint, which is the previous one, let me know. I can send inserts out again, but the backside of the badges should also have those reporting procedures with MedCore's contact information as well. Do you guys have any questions about these outlined procedures so far? This standard has pretty much stayed the same. Is there any questions about that? Yep. Great. We do have one new thing though. So we have a new form. This is a new form. If you ever need to report an employee workplace incident, please complete this employee incident form and return it to the Human Resources Department within 24 hours of the incident. This is just going to recap in detail what had happened, so we have this for the file. Also, I really want to mention here, if you are an employee in Nebraska, any Nebraska incidences, employees have to also complete the Nebraska Form 50 as soon as possible afterwards. The Form 50 allows the employee the right to choose their own doctor to treat them for their injuries, since Nebraska is a managed care state. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are in Nebraska. If you ever have an employee that has an injury on site, you would want to complete this employee incident report and the Form 50 if they seek medical treatment. If it is a self-care, then we would just collect the employee incident report, but we still want that for their file, even if it is self-care. care only. This form has been uploaded into the SOPs and it can be found in SOP 220, 1077, and 1116. So then, I don't know if you guys have seen this out on our UKG homepage yet, but to increase our safety awareness, we have created an incentive for the remainder of the year. If we can finish out the year with 7 or less incidents from August 1st to December 31st, all active employees who worked for Selden in 2024 will receive their birthday off in 2025. So that is great. That's exciting, right? Currently, we are at 2 out of 7 safety incidents. This is going to be on the homepage, but it's important. I want to stress here, all of the work incidences must still be reported. The goal is to improve safety awareness through our incentive and work together to reduce incidences and return all employees home from work each day safely. On an average, we would love to see zero work injuries or accidents, but typical months, we may have one to 2 amongst all of our brands or our properties is really kind of where we would want to be at. So keep an eye out on this. This is on the UKG homepage. And hopefully we're keeping safety in the forefront of our mind. And we will make that and have our birthdays off paid in 2025. Mine's in January, so I am looking forward to that, hopefully. Any other January birthdays out there? Terrence? You're the only person I can see, and you're moving your hand, so that's great. Yes, January. I like to think it is the saddest month. It's after the holiday. You got the cold depression and the holiday blues and just winter and struggle, and I'm getting a year older, so it'll be nice to have it off maybe and do something positive. But if you guys have any questions or comments over this presentation, these sessions are just going to be a quick kind of micro learning, talk about a current procedure, and just see if you guys have any questions, and just kind of a way for us to connect with all of you guys out there. So I would love to hear from you. If you guys have questions about employee injuries or reporting anything, any questions at all that we can help you with, or comments or suggestions? No?
Feel free to put them in the chat as well. If you don't want to come off mic, that's okay. Go ahead and put them in chat for us.
How small is too small of an incident?
Well, we like to say if anything's reported, if anything happens, we definitely want you guys to call and document. So even if it's like a quick cut to the finger, they're going to triage that through MedCore's line. They're going to say, okay, they're going to run through a list of questions and they're going to make that decision. But we always want to have it reported just in case, something should happen. Say someone cut their finger small and they're like, oh, I'm fine. Then most likely they'll probably say, hey, you can self-care, keep it clean, wrap it. This is what you should look for, and then that would not be a reportable injury. That would just be kind of a self-care notification claim, but at least we would have that on file. So say if something happens that maybe, you cut your finger, it's small and you're thinking, oh, I'm fine, maybe it comes back and I don't know, it gets infected or something a little more severe that, we maybe need to go to the doctor and see. At least we have that on file. And then at that time, it would turn into kind of like a medical only claim. So I definitely would encourage, anything on site to still report so we have record of that. Good question.
That was a good question, Denise. I used to hear people say, oh, I don't want to file a work comp claim, and they were thinking just calling and reporting as maybe a more simple accident would be a work comp claim, and it doesn't. But we want to know what are some of the safety hazards out there that we might not be thinking about, or even some of the small things we can kind of rethink a process or protocols that would keep people more safe.
Thank you, John. And I would also like to add, if it is a claim that we come out and it's an actual claim that gets filed, we do have a new process now, kind of 8-1, we are revamping our workers' compensation process and injuries for employees, and our facility leads that are assigned to the portfolio, they will be completing a more thorough safety investigation. So they may be reaching out to interview the supervisor and the employee and maybe make it out to the site. Just to kind of review, like what John said, is there anything that we can do here at Selden to make this better, to make this safer for you guys, and just kind of making sure that we're reviewing those things when those accidents and incidences occur, because we want to make sure that we're doing the best. You know, you guys are coming to work in a safe manner. We definitely want you all returning home to your family in that same safe manner that you came. So hopefully you'll see some of these good changes and more proactivity. But it also starts with a lot of everybody on site, just kind of being more diligent and being more observant. If you see something, definitely say something and let us know so we can get that corrected or bring it up to your supervisor. I mean, also, if there's a safety concern, you can reach out to any of the members on the safety committee. You can find a full list of the committee on the UKG homepage. I think it's on the left side under company resources. And then also, maybe if you don't feel quite comfortable with that, you can also go to Worktango. We have that safety suggestion in Worktango, and that gets emailed directly to our safety committee for their review as well. Anybody else have any other questions or comments? No? John, did I forget anything? John's our master at work, huh? I learned all my greatness from him.
I think that's good. I was going to ask, you know, you've created this new incident report. What's the difference between that and the one that we've had and properties have used in the past?
So that other form was for non-employees, actually. So it was for like liability and insurance claims and stuff, more like the property level and stuff that happens on there. So this one is specifically, this one right here is going to be specifically for employees. Good question. Employee incident report. The other one states not employees at the top. If anyone's ever noticed that, they've seen that. So this one is for our internal employee incident reports, so we have it. And that just helps us too if we do need to open a claim. Our work comp carrier, they do ask a lot of questions. We have recently switched to a new provider on 8-1, and they're very thorough and they're very informative, and they like to reach out and they do a lot of investigating and fact finding just to see, you know, hey, how did this happen? You know, and give us suggestions on things that we can improve as well. And also they interact with the employees directly, and they call them, and, you know, sometimes they attend meetings with them, or appointments with them. And their goal is, again, to, just like ours, get everybody back to work in the same safe manner, but safely. So yeah, this form, it's just going to kind of help us to keep all of that information for them too, for us and for them too. So hopefully you guys utilize this, but yeah, it should always say employee at the top. That other one that is still out there, but they use that more for kind of property reporting for different things. Good question, John.